My name is Parrish Lopez, and I'm from Youngsville, Louisiana. So I grew up in Lawrence, Kansas, and I moved to Louisiana after my dad died. Me and my dad were pretty close. When my dad passed away, at the time, I was actually in New Iberia. I was at my grandmother's house. It was a pretty bad moment. It was just me and my mom for a while, and we were living in an apartment, and we were getting used to living in a new place, not really knowing anyone besides some family members. Me and my mom were both definitely emotionally supporting each other. After moving here, she met my soon-to-be stepdad, and after many months of dating, they were married. So me, my mom, my stepsister, and my stepdad all moved into a house together in Milton. And then from there, we had a pretty good few years. Me and my stepsister both went to the same high school, Southside, so we were having a pretty fun time. But in August of 2020, my mom suddenly fell ill and was rushed to the hospital, where she passed away later. And that was a pretty rough experience for me and my stepdad especially. After my mom had passed away, I was a little bit of a wreck. I was definitely thinking something along the lines of, why is this happening to me again, and why me? The next year, my stepsister went off to college, and so me and my stepdad moved into a house in Youngsville. I definitely felt like I was turning another page in the book, so to speak. From that point, we again had a pretty good few years, like we were settling in. And then again, my stepdad, one day he was, working out, and he fell over and he had some health complications and passed away, all within a few hours of my last text to him. And that was definitely hard to get over. I was in such shock. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even think it was real. So from that point on, I packed a bag and I slept here at my aunt's house. When I was packing, I was still in such a state of shock. It felt like I was losing another important person, or parent after another. And so I definitely felt like maybe I was the problem, or there was something wrong with me, or like a curse or something. After that happened, I couldn't really focus on anything. Most of the time, I would just kind of stare off into the distance. But it was such a help having family members around me that would keep me company and talk to me and make sure they were there for me. From that point on, I kind of started hanging out with people more and more and started interacting more and more. And soon I went back to school, and I soon got back to what I considered to be my normal life. If I was ever struggling on an assignment for school after they had passed away, I'd always tell myself that they would hate it if I didn't focus on my schoolwork and my future. I was told about the scholarship a few weeks before it was due by my counselor at school, and I was told that this was a scholarship for people who weren't in the best situation and could really use money for college and to keep going in life. And so when I heard about it, I immediately filled out all the paperwork and the stuff and sent it back to my counselor. And when I found out I was selected, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I didn't know this would happen. And then when I found out that I was selected for an interview, I was definitely in much more of a shock than when I was filling out the paperwork, imagining what was going to happen. At the end of my interview, I asked why the scholarship had been created. And everyone just kind of looked over at Mr. Armentor, and he told his story about his past and how he wants to make sure that there's people in the future that have the ability to keep on going, I don't think I was really expecting him to have that background, because I just saw someone with a great legal background and was doing really well in life, and I didn't know that someone could rise up from the place that he was at and get to such a high point in their life. And it was just impressive, and it was incredible to meet someone like him. After hearing Mr. Armentor's story, I was definitely inspired to make sure that if I can lend a helping hand, that I do. If anyone were asking me if they should apply for the scholarship, I would definitely tell them, yes, do it. Even if it might be a little intimidating, definitely do it. Because now that I have this scholarship, I have a bunch of worries that just flew out the window. And I'm definitely thankful to Mr. Armentor for that. At UL, I'm going to try and major in finance. I definitely want to tell Mr. Armentor and the committee thank you for the opportunity and for granting me the scholarship, because it has changed so many things in my life and has changed the trajectory from a place where I don't know where I'm going to go to I'm going to go to college. I'm actually going to go to college, and I'm pretty set up for the next 4 years thanks to them. My name is Parrish Lopez, and I am a winner of the Pay It Forward Scholarship.